watching Let's Chat.
You don't have plans for a little bit later on in the week. Jess and I have got just the thing for you.
Yes.
This would fit right up Jess's alley with one little problem, so I'm going to go and represent
Maybe
both
this
of
time
us.
next year. Yeah.
Nicole Austin, you remember Nicole, who is the master distiller at Cascade Hollow Distilling. Good to see you back. Here's the guy over here that kicked the buttocks, gluteus maximus,
Used the
booty,
right words.
buns. I was. He kicked him.
Yeah.
He kicked Bobby Flay, Chef Charlie Lawrence.
right.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Here
Good to
so
see you as
much.
well.
First of all, way to go.
Congratulations.
I knew you could do it.
Appreciate it.
If anybody in town that could whip Bobby Flay at his own game, it would be Charlie. Before we get into the particulars of this, when you found out you won, what went through your head?
Honestly, the only thing that was going through my head was to not look stupid and to not lose in the first round. So winning was just absolutely unbelievable. It's fantastic.
I think you checked all those boxes in the good way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Congratulations again. So tell us about this huge event that's going on, the Master Distiller Supper.
Well, I'm so excited just to come back to Chattanooga. You know, I was here before. And every time I'm in this town, people are just so excited and enthusiastic to learn about this amazing hometown whiskey they have just over the mountain. So I'm so excited to be able to come back.
And you are the first female master distiller ever at a major distillery, correct?
Oh man, that's not true at all.
Is it not?
I
The
know.
first master?
It's I think common misconception, but there are a ton of women in this industry. It's just that you never see them.
I don't think they've really reached your pinnacle of success, though.
Well, ordinarily I would agree with you, although I did just win Whiskey of the Year.
There you go.
That's what we were looking for.
There you go.
Maybe.
It's okay to brag on yourself,
Yeah,
right?
so maybe this year that might be true.
Absolutely. Now, the dinner coming up, this is part of almost a precursor event for the annual Tennessee Whiskey Festival that's held every year in Chattanooga. And this is a just great night to kind of kick it off. What can we look forward to? I know, of course, Charlie, you're here not just to talk about Bobby Flay, but you're a part of this too.
Absolutely. I'm just really excited to be able to collaborate with Nicole. I think both of us putting our talents to the dinner is going to absolutely kick it off to just make it a fantastic evening. We've got a lot of great ideas kicking around. We've got a lot of local vendors and producers that are going to kind of help us create this this fantastic dinner. So it's going to be fun.
Well, I know so many folks are moving here, and they really get excited to discover what's local.
Exactly.
From food and beverage.
We've got a lot to show off here in this region.
Is there any one signature dish that you know without doubt that you're going to fix? And can you tell us what it is?
Well, I actually decided that we're going to do a similar dish to one of the ones that that was on the Bobby Flay show with radishes. I love radishes. I think they actually pair really nicely with whiskey, and there will be a little whipped feta with it. It's kind of a different play on it though. The one on the show I had to come up with in 5 seconds. So we put a little more thought to this one, both raw and
So this one might even be better, you're saying.
Exactly.
That's right, exactly.
Exactly.
Now, this is a 5-course dinner with pairings, correct? So talk us through, I mean, you kind of previewed one of the dishes we're going to be able to sample, but talk us through how the pairing's going to work and just how the whole dinner's going to go.
I think it's so fun to present people with whiskey as a pairing because it's not often what people are interested in whiskey, but it's not the first thing
You
that you
don't think
often
about
think of
drinking
as a
it with
food
a
pairing.
meal, yeah.
Yeah, so to think about when it's appropriate to do a straight pour versus a cocktail and sort of present people lots of different options. That's a variety that you wouldn't necessarily order for yourself if you were having full pours of a drink. So you get to see a bit of variety and then it can help you inform how you might order later. So it's good, very educational.
I've always been curious as to, and when something tastes good with something else, you know it. But
Right.
what sparks that off in the mind that this whiskey tastes great with this food?
I mean, there's only
How
one
do you
way.
guys
You
know
gotta
this?
try it.
Yeah. It's
Tough job, I'm kidding.
It's very tough. It's a lot of tasting, testing. Honestly, I really like to play off of palate distractions and things that you can kind of, it's pretty easy to figure out. All right, I think this is going to go great with this, whiskey or wine or beer or whatever it is, and then there's things that you can kind of play off, whether you want to add a little bit of heat to it or add some a little bit of bitterness or whatever it is, but
Sure.
tasting and testing.
There's some rules of thumb, putting something acidic with something fatty so that you can, there's some, to there's some things that like you kind of spend some time and I think start to get to be familiar with. But then at the end of the day, it's more about, like you said, being creative and showing people something surprising than showing them the same old thing.
Quickly, what are some of the products that you're going to be bringing to the event?
Well, I will definitely bring Whiskey of the Year, George Dickel Bottled and Bond. So that'll be probably the most exciting thing. But I'll definitely be introducing folks to our flagships as well, Dickel 12. It's going to be exciting.
Perfect. So some of the standard products we're used to, but then maybe some new items as well.
How do we get tickets and find out more information?
Well, you can go to TennesseeWhiskeyFestival.com and find out about tickets and timings, and it's 6:30 on February 13th.
Thursday. Yep.
All right, and it's going to be at the Feed Table and Tavern. What a great place, great food, great drinks, and great people, and we're happy to have both of you here.
Yes.
Come
Thank
back
you so much
anytime.
for having us. I'm so excited. It's a group of winners.
I know, absolutely.
I know.
They might not have figured out they really don't need an invitation to come back.
Right.
Welcome to
Yeah,
come back
just come
anytime. We hope you'll join us for more of Let's Chat after this.